Welcome back to the AI-MCP Agent Use Case Series. I'm George Snyder, one of the developers of the platform. Today we're in consumer lending, and we'll build a two-agent team that can tell someone whether they pre-qualify for a loan in seconds, the same way a careful loan officer would, but around the clock. Here's the first agent on the team, the underwriter. What makes it trustworthy is that it doesn't make up lending rules. It reads from a knowledge base that contains the credit union's actual underwriting policy. You can see the real policy documents loaded right here. Its instructions are strict. Use only that policy, calculate the applicant's debt-to-income ratio, check the amount and term against the automated limits, and always cite the exact thresholds it relied on. So every decision traces straight back to a written rule, no black box. The second agent is the fraud and verification check. Once the underwriter has made its policy call, this agent confirms the applicant is who they say they are, and this is where live tools come in. It's connected to two systems, a credit bureau with tools to pull a credit report and get a score, and a sanctions screening service with tools to screen the applicant against government watch lists. Its rule is firm. A confirmed sanctions hit is an automatic decline. Otherwise, it combines the real credit score with the underwriter's policy call to reach a final verdict. Here's the team in the multi-agent flow designer. Read it left to right. The flow starts. The underwriter evaluates the application against policy, then hands off to the fraud check, which verifies the applicant and returns the final answer. Two specialists, one pipeline. And with the building blocks in the palette, conditions, parallel branches, and joins, you could make this as elaborate as a real lending process needs, all without writing code. The two agents are joined by a clean handoff. Click the underwriter and you'll see it produces an underwriting summary, the applicant, the amount, the debt-to-income ratio, and its policy disposition. Click the fraud agent and it declares that same underwriting summary as its input. So the policy decision flows intact into the verification step. The platform passes it along automatically with nothing dropped between them. Let's run a real application. Jane Doe, a $20,000 personal loan over 4 years with her income and existing debts. Watch the team work. The underwriter computes her debt-to-income ratio, checks it against the policy limits, and cites the thresholds it used. Then it hands off, and the fraud agent pulls her real credit score, screens her against the watch lists, and combines everything into a final pre-qualification verdict. Each agent's real response streams in, and the chat history shows exactly what the whole decision cost. A grounded, verifiable answer in seconds. With the team tested, it's time to put it to work. Saving the flow publishes it under one agent code, and the whole two-agent team can go wherever borrowers are. The first way is an embeddable chat widget on the credit union's website. A member can ask at any hour whether they pre-qualify, and behind that single chat box, the underwriter checks policy, the fraud agent verifies, and the member gets a real policy-grounded answer on the spot, instead of waiting days for a callback. Fast for the member, and every decision still tied to the written policy. Lenders also have specialists taking calls and messages, so the second way is Chat Assist, our live agent co-pilot. Here, a lending specialist is helping a member. When the member asks about pre-qualifying, the specialist hands it to the assistant, which runs this very same two-agent team, policy check and verification, tools and all, and drafts the reply. The specialist reviews it, adds a warm personal note, and sends it. The agents do the analysis. The human keeps the relationship. And there's a third way in, the phone. Because this is an AI-MCP team, the very same underwriting and verification duo can connect to a standards-based SIP telephony provider and take real calls, so a member could phone the branch after hours and get a policy-grounded pre-qualification by voice. It's all managed here in telephony setup. Phone numbers, call history, and diagnostics. One team working across the website, live chat, and the phone. And that's a loan pre-qualification team, an underwriter that reasons only from written policy, a fraud check that verifies with live credit and sanctions tools, joined by a clean handoff and delivered as a self-service widget or a live agent co-pilot, all designed on one canvas without a line of code, grounded, verifiable, and fast. Thanks for watching. I'm George Snyder, and I'll catch you on the next AI-MCP multi-agent walkthrough.